Welcome back, Legendary Potato here. Today I want to give you guys some secret uses for the Curse of Binding enchantment that came in TU54. Now these are uses that I feel like are kind of more than just putting on armor and just having it stuck to you, as that's the initial function of it. However, I feel like there's some cool uses that people could use that, you know, maybe not everyone would think of, so this is what this video is for. But anyways, if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you do leave a like on it, and let's get right into it. So if you don't know, Curse of Binding pretty much means that when you put it on armor or something, it pretty much just is stuck to your player entirely. So let's say, you know, you put it on like your armor or something. So let's say we go ahead and put it on like something like diamond armor here. So we'll go ahead and put it on. As you can see, it will be stuck to us, so we can take it off because we're in creative mode. But if we go into survival mode here, you will see that we can't take it off, we can't touch it. I'm pressing the A buttons. You can't take it off until you die. Now it's kind of useful, like, oh yeah, okay, cool, so you can't take it off a player, that's kind of neat. But what's kind of cool about it as well is that you can take advantage of this a lot more than just, you know, oh great, can't take off armor. But anyways, let's move on to what those could be. So let's say you have like some sort of mini game where you have like team colors or something. What you can actually do is like give each team like their color, and so that means that they can't take off their color, you know, tunics and stuff like that. So pretty much it can be used to kind of force the team color, so nobody's going to, you know, have the risk of, you know, changing their team color suddenly. So like nobody can like switch their tunics to be like red, like blue or green or something. They'll just have to be stuck as their team player. They can't, you know, change what that is, which I think is kind of useful in that sort of way. So it's like, oh okay, so they won't be able to lose it, so it's just kind of stuck on them, can't change or, you know, break the game in any sort of way, which I think is kind of nice. So there's no risk of players, you know, being able to, you know, cheat the system or change teams suddenly. They're kind of stuck as the team that they're decided as, which I think is kind of a nice use. Just, you know, like if you're a map maker, or like you're making like some sort of mini game where you want players to have team colors, then that's kind of a cool way to, you know, make sure that, you know, players don't kind of cheat that system. But let's move on over here. So it's pretty much the pumpkin with Curse of Binding, which is pretty much just to be used as like a troll mechanic, which if you put it onto your head, so let's go ahead and do that here, you'll see is that it's on our head. You know what a pumpkin does exactly, but we can't take it off now, so we're pretty much stuck with this really annoying vision of having a pumpkin on our face, which I think is kind of funny. Just like, yeah, great, you just tricked your friend into, you know, putting a pumpkin on their head, and now it's stuck on until they die or something, which is a little bit funny to me. But you know, that can be used as a troll mechanic sort of thing where, you know, players can't really take it off, but obviously I can just go into creative and take it off like that. But I think that's just kind of interesting that, you know, you can just like put on a pumpkin and just, you know, kind of do it in that way, so you can just kind of troll your friends with that. I thought that was kind of interesting. Let's move on to this one here, which is the Frostwalker. So you could use it in a sort of way where you combine it with an enchantment, so that like something with Frostwalker, you can force your friends or players to never be able to go inside water or something, or at least try to avoid it a lot more, because they won't be able to take off their boots. So let's say, oh, I didn't put on a Curse of Binding, of course, but let's say you're like walking on the water, you can't like take them off and like go, you know, under the water. You're gonna have to like, you know, find another way, or just try to get around it. Just makes it a little bit annoying. Like I'd have to like, you know, try to find a water pit, like go in here, and then like I'd be able to get in, but like even then that's still a little annoying. So it kind of prevents them being able to, you know, go in the water a little bit more. I mean, I guess you could do something like that, but I mean, just like being able to kind of use it as a mechanic, like, oh great, yeah, you can't go in the water as easily. I felt like that was kind of interesting. So let's just go ahead and go back in creative so I can go back over here. But yes, so those were the diamond boots there, but then we can go over to this one. Let me take these off, of course, so let's just put that there. They're piling up because they duplicate now, but so let's say like you put on armor and it has like, you know, protection and stuff like that, so it pretty much prevents them from dying. Like, oh, that sounds a great thing, you know, it can't take off the armor, it's pretty good armor, it's got protection 4, what's the problem here? So let's say this player gets trapped somewhere. Let's say they're like, I don't know, somewhere really far underground, and it's like, you know, like somebody set up a trap with like obsidian or something, and they can't get out, or like they can't die or something. Like if they can't die, then it just kind of comes down to like, oh great, so they're stuck down there until they break their way out. If there's no option of death, just having the Curse of Binding, like nobody can go down there, kill them, get them out. They have to actually, you know, make their way out. So let's say, you know, somebody's completely underground, then I could see that as being some sort of, you know, interesting mechanic where, yeah, great, so your only option is digging out of here. We can't kill you in any sort of way because you have protection. So it could be used as kind of a, oh great, now protection's a bad thing, and it's costing me time and stuff like that. So it could be used in that sort of way, which I thought was interesting. So then one of the last thoughts I had was if we go, oh, we gotta go back in creative, take it off. So let's do that. But one of the last thoughts I had was using slow boots. So pretty much if you're a modder or you know any sort of NBT editing, you could do something with the boots and modify like the attributes or something, so that then like when you walk around, let's just pretend it has attributes on, when you walk around or hold the boots or have them on, it makes you walk slow. So like it would be something like this: you walk at like this speed or something with the boots on. You can't really do anything about it. You can jump, you can do that sort of thing, but you would walk at this sort of speed and can't really do anything. You can't take the boots off because you're just stuck with it. But I felt like this could be like an interesting mechanic. So like, oh great, so now the player's stuck going slow until they're dead, and just kind of like, oh great, I regret putting these boots on or something like that, which I felt like would have been a really interesting idea. Just like, oh great, yep, now these boots just kind of cursed me with not only binding, but now slowness for eternity. So yeah, those are a bunch of ideas I had. Let me know if you guys had any cool ideas with this in the comments section below, but I felt like these were a bunch of cool uses you could have with this enchantment. I feel like there's a lot more you could probably do as well if you think even deeper, but these were just some interesting ones that I had come up with. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you do smash a like on it. It does help out the channel a lot and lets me know that you guys want to see more videos like this. I plan to do another video like this with the Vanishing enchantment, as there's a lot of cool potential with that as well, so I'll do a video like that sometime soon. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. So have a good one. Peace out.